Hi, Nicholas Romo here with Realty Connection Group. I'm going to be showing you how to set up your automatic email property alerts for your buyers, renters, and sellers. Believe it or not, I set up my listings or my sellers with automatic email alerts so that I can become aware of what closed today, what came active, what became pending on the MLS. That way we can know how to adjust our price accordingly. So in this particular video, we're going to be setting up an alert for a buyer that wants to buy a home in Downey. Okay, so this is where we click on search on the top left. We click on search and then residential detail. That's for sales. If you want to help somebody buy units, then we would click on residential income. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5 units plus. And then if you're looking for properties for a renter, this is where you would click residential lease detail. So we're just going to go ahead and stick with residential detail. And my particular buyer wants to buy a property in Downey. Okay. So coming soon, it's okay. Active, and we don't want active under contract. That basically means that they're accepting backup offers. If you want to include that, that's fine, but I don't. It's up to you. I don't want to include pending or closed, none of these, because we want properties that are available. My buyer wants to buy a single family residence. If he was considering, if he or she was considering a condo and a townhouse, also we would click on control and then click on townhouse condominium. But in this case, they just want to buy a single family residence. They want to buy a house in Downey. So here we are, Downey, and their price range is 675 and under. So you put the minus for anything under 675 and under. They want 3+ bedrooms, 2+ bathrooms, minimum 3 bedrooms, minimum 2 baths. Okay. They want a square footage of minimum of 1,400. Okay, so that gives me 8 properties. Right, I'm gonna hit results, and here we are. One of them is coming soon, and the other ones are active. Okay, so very simple here. You click on the box up on top here on the left. That checks them off. Checks off all the properties. And then what we do here, next step is we click on save, new auto email, and then you have to create the buyer if they're not here yet. So I'm gonna just say buyer Jones. I'm gonna put the email. I'm gonna just put my email and Romo Realtor. You can also customize the salutation. So here the default is hi buyer. So if you want to say, you just want to say buyer or whatever you want to say, you can put it there. You can just say hello, but I normally say hello buyer. And then the phone number, you want to include the phone number here, include the number there, and the email, and I'm sorry, and the cell phone. I'm sorry. So any number here is any number that you include in these 2 boxes is just for your own records. No one's going to have access to that. So that way the contact on the MLS here on your account will have their contact information. Okay, so and then on top we say buyer. That way they can all be saved accordingly. Buyers, renters, and so forth. And here I like to personally put the name of the person. So say buyer Jones. Then I say Downey homes for sale. That's the subject line that they're going to be receiving every time they get a property in via email. It's going to say exactly the same thing. Now this is an email message that I put together here myself. So please click on the link at the bottom of this email with instant access to the list of properties. Normally I like to put here, like right now I didn't count the properties. So they say there was 9 properties. I say 9 properties. Um, so and then it says, if you would like me to make any adjustments, please let me know. As new listings become available, I will immediately notify you via email. The system will do it, not you. That's the whole idea behind this. That way you can focus on other stuff. And if you like any properties, please click on the heart and then text or call me to let me know that I can provide you with, so that I can provide you with more information so I can schedule a visit as soon as possible. To instantly access the list of properties, please click on the link below. And right below here, when you send off the email, there's going to be a link. They click on it, that activates the alert. If they don't get the email, it's probably in the spam. So I would have them check the spam. Otherwise, you can resend the email, and I'll show you how to do that in a bit. There's no registration required. I like to put that because I like to put that because a lot of people are under the impression that they have to register and spend time. So that's not the case. This is very quick. It doesn't take up much of their time. Now, this is the initial email that they receive. Okay. After they receive this one and they open it and they click on the link, they're going to be getting a recurring email. And this is what I wrote. Here you go. Hello, buyer. Here you go. Please text or call me to let me know if you want to visit any property, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now, there's 2 default messages when you set this up. When you go to your MLS and you start this process, there's going to be 2 default messages on both of these. But you can always change them down here. You see? Set current message as my default recurring email text. Reset to the system default text. So I'm gonna leave it like this. So once you change it, you're just gonna go ahead and you're gonna click here and you're set. You don't have to do it again. Same for both of these, okay? So you gotta go to each one of these and do the same thing. The recurring and the welcome email. Okay, so now, and make sure that, let me see here. If you're sending, let me go back up. I don't understand why it doesn't allow me to. I know why. Because I'm sending it to myself, so I'm not able to click on BCC to. I don't want to. I'm not going to be receiving a copy because I'm already receiving the initial email. So eventually, when you set it up, you're going to want to click on this box here so that you can also get the alerts along with your buyer so that you can know what they're receiving. In case they call you, you're aware of the email that you sent out. Keep in mind, they think that you're doing this on on your own. They don't know, most people don't know that you're setting this up automatically. Okay, so now the next step is over here. I like to do this one, check off on as soon as possible. Emails are sent as soon as possible because they'll get emails the moment that home hits the market. They will get an email immediately. So whether it's at midnight or 3 in the morning or 3 in the afternoon, they'll get the email right away, which is very important in this market that there's so much competition. We want to be able to respond and request a visit to the property as soon as possible if your client likes it. If you're going to go with this option daily, you can even click on, you send them off only one email in the morning or one email in the morning here and one email in the evening or in the PM hours. And you can just do this according to how your buyer prefers to receive the emails. You can also set up your buyers with a monthly email. And I do this for buyers that are looking to buy in a year or two. I set them up on a monthly email alert. That way they can, stay informed with how the prices are fluctuating and what's going on in the market in their particular area that they're looking to buy. Another thing that's important is if you're sending an email for yourself, this is what I do when I set up an automatic email alert for myself. Say, for example, I have a listing and I want to know the moment that a house comes on the market or the moment it becomes pending or closes. I click on additional here and then I click on agent display and I say agent full email. The reason for that is this is going to have the full information for that MLS listing. So you're going to have all the contact information for the listing agent, the private remarks, and all that. Keep in mind, this is just for me. This is not for anyone else. So this is how I do it, and that's how I tell my clients that are selling, hey, a house came on the market today at this price, or it closed at this price, and then if we have to adjust the price accordingly, that helps us out a lot. Okay, so we're not going to leave it. We're going to change it back to the default there. Now make sure everything's good. We're good to go. We click save. Oh, I'm sorry. As soon as possible. Save. And now in a moment, I'm going to be receiving an email. It might take a couple minutes. It might even take even 30 minutes, but eventually the email will come through. And then once I click on it, it'll activate it. And then from that point moving forward, the buyer is going to continue to receive these emails on a regular basis. So now let me check. Let me go to my matrix automatic emails. And down here, let me see here, Buyer Jones. Here we are. If they tell you that they didn't receive the email, that it's not in the spam box, go here and you're going to click on resend welcome email. It's going to send it again. This is where you also delete it. This is where you can change the settings as well. So you can go back in here and you want to change the message to something else. Let me see here. Or you want to change the time that, the schedule. You can change it here and then just save it again. And it's just going to update it. If you want to change the criteria, you go into criteria and then you say, oh, wow, now they were received a new qualification letter for 700,000. There it is, 700,000, 11 properties. Save it. And they're going to start getting homes that are up to 700,000 in Downey. Another thing that I wanted to discuss and to notify you about is, let's go back to criteria. If you have a client that wants to buy a property in, let me see here, what's going on here? The map search, here we are. In a particular area only, say, they want to buy a home in Downey, but only in a certain area. Let me say locate. So say, for example, oh shoot, they want to buy a property. Where's Polygon? Say they want a property east of Reeves, north of Florence, and west of Lakewood, and north of Firestone. There we are. You can set it up that way as well. You're just going to have to erase the city Downey over here, where you initially added the city. You're going to have to check that off because otherwise it's going to be a conflict. So now we set that up. We say, okay, erase this. And there's one property in that area. You can do it that way, okay? What else? I believe that's it for this particular training. If there's any questions, any concerns, any doubts, always feel free to reach out to me via email or text. I'm here to help you. Thank you.